Hello, Susan Rochester here from Balance at Work, and today I'm talking to Jo Muirhead, founder of Purple Co.
Jo, can you first briefly tell us a bit about Purple Co?
Well, Purple Co is the purpose for people company, and it was born out of an idea that came from working with people going through career transition from a position of being forced to make a change. So I'm working with clients that have not embarked upon a career transition by choice necessarily, but rather they've been forced into an injury, illness, redundancy, you name it. They're feeling hopeless and helpless about where they're at in terms of their work.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know that you base your work on a core belief that work has intrinsic value for people.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about how you came to that belief?
That belief has been formed after watching what happens when a person's livelihood or their work is threatened. And also from an organisational point of view, when an organisation feels the threat that they're going to lose an employee. So I accept that work is not only good for us economically, it's good for us socially, it's also good for our health. And there's now research that is conclusively telling us that those who are engaged in their work have a healthier lifestyle.
So can you give us an example of that, perhaps from a client's perspective?
Sure. Working with an organisation, they've had a team of people that have just been really quite dysfunctional, and they haven't understood the value that each team member has played in that team. So what we've been able to do is help that organisation identify where every person needed to be seated on the bus, so to speak. So we've got the right person doing the right job within their skill set for an organisation that needed specific tasks completed. From an individual client's point of view, coming to a place where their livelihood has been taken away from them, where their sense of purpose, where their sense of self has actually been eroded, actually walking them through a process to feel as though they still have something to contribute and that contribution is meaningful. For example, I'm working with a young lady who, through a work-related injury as an architect, has become vision impaired. So vision impaired that she can no longer work as an architect. She had spent years training and was, a well-respected architect here in Sydney. Now, through a process of career development and understanding what it meant for her to be a valuable employee, we've been able to transition her into a career in law.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So your clients, all of them I suppose, do go through major career changes?
Most of my clients go through major career changes, not necessarily in terms of the skills or the tasks that they're completing, but more often in the environment that they're working in or the mechanisms that they actually need to use their job. So we use adaptive technology or we re-engineer a job so that a task can still be completed.
So that probably leads into my next question, which was how do you help employers to make that transition?
Helping employers make the transition. And one of the biggest difficulties I come up against is employers not really understanding the work they need done. We can have really well-written position descriptions, but even with a document such as a position description, it may not necessarily have the end result for the work that needs to be done. So helping an employer understand what work needs to be done and then enabling that employer or that organisation to see that there are different ways that those tasks can be completed. So introducing them to technology, introducing them to simple things like what is a definition of flexible working hours so that we can work with a person's energy levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good
I'm
news.
sure that must make a big difference both to the success of the employer and to the employee. And I guess that then leads to what do you see as the benefits for the employer when they get that right?
Employers have a retention of employees that they possibly haven't had before. They've got the right person doing the job that needs to be done in a way that is conducive to performance. So their needs for recruitment diminish. They've also got an engaged workforce, so they've got people who actually want to be there and actually know how to do the tasks they've been asked to do. So I often see employers or organisations 6-12 months down the track going, oh, thank you so much for the work you did there. And in some cases, simple things that have been applied for one person have become an organisational norm. So that's kind of fun to watch too.
Exactly.
Great.
So as a manager, I hope what you've heard here today has encouraged you to consider the benefits of hiring career changes. Jo and I are both available to help you with a smooth transition. just go to the contact page on our website and we'll be in touch.